Gym owners, should you be using AI to grow your gym? Well, the answer, in my opinion, is yes, but under certain conditions. You should extremely be aware of how you use it because it's an extremely powerful tool, but it's still in its infant stage. And we've been playing around for a few months now with this, which we're rolling out to our clients, and we're so excited right now because this is going to be changing the game for everybody under us. But for you guys, I want you to be aware of how to use it, when to use it, and also how should you be working towards it. Because breaking news, it's not going to do grow your business for you. It is a tool that, in my opinion, if you are not learning how to use it now, you're going to be missing out big, big, big time when it is at its full power. So my name is Gabriel, and we systematize client acquisition for gyms, and we do that also using AI and a ton of other stuff. But you can see the channel and see what we are all about. But I'm going to go today on this video talking to you how you go about rolling out AI, and should you be rolling out AI in the systems, and where is it the best to be implemented. So I just want to preface something. Again, this is not something that you're going to be able to just like automate everything with AI, but it can do a few things for now, which are extremely, extremely, extremely great. So, in my opinion, the place to be using AI, and this is by far one of the things that I hear most gym owners struggle with, is with lead nurturing. Now, why should you be doing that? Because like doing some Facebook ads, maybe it will get to a point, and I'm aware of a few software that does it, but we saw that testing it through humans works better. However, when you take a look at lead nurturing, this is definitely something that takes a lot of time. If you want to do it right, it takes a lot of time. You gotta call like leads 3 times a day, 5 minutes right after they booked in, or they just, gave you their informations. You gotta text them a lot and things. So it definitely takes like it's like a full-time job, to be honest. Like, because we do manage that for our clients, and it is a full-time job. Like, you gotta hire an ISA, an inbound, an internal sales agent for each and every gyms that we're working with to manage all of that. Now, how do you go about implementing AI into the midst of it? I'm gonna go in details about that, but I just want to make sure you understand a few things. So right now, it is at a stage, depending on what systems we're talking about. Some of them are great and can be definitely implemented and they are working. Some of them are more in the infant stage and they are, I would say, working 80%, 60% depending on those right now. But this is one of the things, and I'm extremely aware of this because in the agency, if you want to call us an agency, which we're really not, but we're really a growth partner, but because we're in this space, I see a lot of trends coming early, and this is definitely one that's going to come in. It's already coming, but the way service is delivered, it takes a bit of time to get rolled out through everybody. But from what I can see, this is going to be in 1 year, maybe even sooner, 2 years max from now. This is going to be the thing that everybody's going to be doing on our side with agencies. And usually, what happens is that we testing it first, and then our businesses that we work with then get on the trend and they start using it. Happened the same thing with Facebook ads, for example, when nobody knew what Facebook ads were. Running Facebook ad was a holy grail. Nobody knew how to do it. Now, gym owners mainly know what a Facebook ad is. Like, most of gym owners know what a Facebook ad is. Maybe they don't know how to run them, but they're aware about it. But AI, this is a new thing. That's why I'm jumping on the trend and making a video for you right now. But also, you gotta be aware of how to use it. Now, what is the dynamic you should be having with AI? Because most gym owners and most business owners, what I can see, they're like, oh, I'm just gonna handle it all, give it all to it, and it's gonna work perfectly. No, there are two things you should be keeping in mind. Number one thing that is extremely important: always, 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 always keep a human in the process. Always have a human. And why is it important for now? It is maybe gonna get to a stage where it's gonna be totally automatic. You don't need to do anything, and it's gonna do that for you right now. I mean, doing the task, the extremely time draining for you. This is gonna be doing it. But what I can tell you for sure is that, and that's the truth, sometimes, and some people may not, take it to you up front, but I'm that kind of guy, sometimes it's going to mess up big, big time. Sometimes you're going to say some total BS, and you're going to be like, oh, like, what did you say, and all that. But this is normal. As mentioned in the beginning of this video, this is still something that is in its infant state. Now, how do we go about using that and making sure it works properly? Extremely simple. Instead of, for example, if we're talking about lead nurturing, having like 10 ASAs doing the work for us and following up with the leads, calling the leads and all that, we have the AI doing that task, which then reduce our cost of doing that. It's pretty cheap. But what we do is we have one or two person for our whole like system that manages the AI. Just check on the conversations that it did. If it did, great. If not, which I'm going to be going on my second point. What do you do in this point? But the role of the human is more. Imagine you have a factory, and you've got the machine working for you. AI is the machine. They are working for you, putting all the pieces together, doing the hard work, and you are the supervisor. You're taking a look at the factory. You're like, okay, these systems are working great. This system are working great. Exactly the same thing. This is how you go about doing it, and doing it the right way. So have a human controlling the thing. If you don't, at some point it's not going to work. And so what does the human do on a daily task? And that's something that you can get a virtual assistant to do, or you can get somebody that is, you just have to train them on what to take a look at and what specific things they should be checking at. But this is something that you can outsource to a virtual assistant, for example. That's not a task that requires skills. You got to train them a bit, but this is not like, okay, like you got to coach a session, or you got to, for us to do sales calls or sales presentations for you, for example. This is not that big complex task that require the human to be pre-qualified. You can train them to do so in a short amount of time. Now, what should they be doing? As I mentioned, they should be checking the AI, but the main thing that you should be looking for in that situation is to making sure after that you develop a certain skill. And this skill is what we call prompting. All right. So besides the technical knowledge that, okay, so you got to include that in this software and all that, which you can find on YouTube most times, the main thing is like setting it up. But then once you do set up, which depends on platform, that's why I'm not going to go into it, but you got to learn how to prompt. So what is prompting? It is how you talk to the AI and in which way you talk to the AI, and learning how to best tell it what to do so that it actually does what you want it to do. And that is extremely important. That's usually what you're going to be finding. Let's say you have human that's checking the AI and they see a pattern of things that are not working. This specific thing is not work. When they say this, it says this, and I don't want the AI to say this. Then you got to be aware, the person or you, either the person reports to you and you have the knowledge about that, or you are able to then get the person to troubleshoot what you need to modify in the script that you tell to the AI to then go ahead and just modify the thing so that the problem doesn't happen anymore. I mean, you've already played with ChatGPT, I guess most of this planet has already, and you see that depending on the little nuances in the way you say things, it can give you totally different answers. So it's exactly like that because all AIs were pretty much the same right now. At least this interface of AI, which are called language models, those work the same. You basically give them an input, you say, hey, do this way, and that. And based on that, they're going to give you an output. Now, if the output you don't like, it's not the fault of the AI, it's the fault that your input wasn't correct. So you gotta learn with trial and error what works best and how to tell it to do things in a specific way so that you can see what is gonna be, well, the best prompt and how to prompt it so that it gives you the outcome that you want. All right. So that is in the grand scheme of things how it works. Now, if you want to just like cut straight through the trial and error and having like trying to hire out people to do that for you, we are doing this at this moment and implementing AI in our systems, and it works like a charm. Everybody loves it. So, if that's something you're interested to, I don't want to pitch you in this video at all, but if you're interested, you can check out how we go about generating the results with this AI in the first link in the description. I'm not going to pitch you here again. I'm glad that you spent this time with me on this video today, and I want to tell you that, well, appreciate you a lot. And yeah, let's change the world with fitness. Have a good one, guys.